one of the coolest stories I ever had in Uruguay was I was in my last area on my mission, and one of my hopes was to be able to baptize a whole family, and I hadn't been able to do that so far. And I just remember one day I was thinking about it and praying, before I finish my mission, please let me just be able to find a whole family, and baptize them. And not too long after that, I was just walking with my companion one day in the street, and we saw this guy walking our way on the sidewalk, and I approached him and talked to him a little bit about our message and asked if we could come over sometime. He seems pretty nice, and I remember he gave me his address, and I remember specifically thinking that he was lying to me because his house number had 4 digits in it, and I knew beforehand already that the street he lived on, most of the house numbers there only had 2 digits. So I kind of thought he was lying to me, so I didn't think a whole lot about it. Fast forward, a few more days to, this day it was raining a lot, pretty unsuccessful day, and we were kind of discouraged. And at that time we were supposed to go inside about 9:30 at night, and around 9:15 we couldn't really find anything else to do, and so I suggested to my companion maybe we could just go inside or something. But he said, well, let's go try to find that Victor guy that we talked to in the street a couple days ago, and so I said, all right, let's go try and find him. And to my surprise, he wasn't lying to us. We found the house with his 4-digit house number right on that street, and so I was pretty surprised about that. But we knocked on his door, and he was pretty receptive. He said, come on in, let's talk for a little bit. And so we couldn't stay too long that night, but we came back again and started teaching him the lessons, and he was very receptive. He was taking it great, making good progress, and after a few lessons, his wife started joining with us as well, and she started listening, being active with it. And then a few lessons after that, one of their sons started joining with us as well. And so it was just an awesome experience, because before I knew it, I was teaching this whole family, and they were excellent investigators. And I wasn't able to stay in the area long enough to see them baptized, but I found out from my old companion that they had been baptized, and so I still feel really happy about that. I was really glad that I was able to finally, find a complete family to teach and baptize. So that was a really cool story. We didn't really have too many problems with dogs in Uruguay. Most of the time, if you run into a dog in the street, you can just pretend to pick up a rock, and they'll retreat, and you'll be fine. But I remember this one time, my companion and I were looking for a specific address, and we couldn't exactly find it. So we asked one of the neighbors, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's down this alleyway that you have to go, and there's a set of apartments in the back." And so I was thinking, all right, let's go. So we went down this narrow kind of passageway in between these apartment complexes, and about 3/4 of the way there, this big dog appears at the top of the stairs right by us. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, man, I'm gonna die. My companion just started running back the other way towards the door and kind of ditched me, and so I was left alone there. I couldn't really outrun the dog or anything. So what I did was I just stuck my shoe out in front of me, and he bit my shoe, he didn't bite me at all, so I didn't, I wasn't injured or anything. But luckily, before anything else happened, the dog's owner hadn't heard what happened, so he came up and called the dog back, before anything happens. But so luckily, I was safe in that sense. But it was just kind of a, I guess, scary situation. Is really the only negative encounter that I had with dogs there.